The Sounders have benefited from a home field advantage early this season. They have the opportunity to go 3-0 as they host their third straight opener at the Clink. After a miserable start to the season, the Seahawks offense was looking for a breakout performance. They had a perfect scenario today, facing one of the league's worst defenses. Seattle summoning the 12th man for help in the home opener, hosting the Arizona Cardinals. It was a packed house despite their early season struggles. Wide receiver Sidney Rice making his regular season debut for the Hawks. He had an immediate impact when Tavares Jackson looked his way early and often. Pulls this one in down near the 15-yard line. Kevin Cobb at QB for the Cardinals, under pressure here in the second quarter. Just chucks this thing up to the end zone. Larry Fitzgerald is there in double coverage and comes down with it. Let's see this again. Fitzgerald with an outside move beats Brandon Browner, and Earl Thomas for the TD grab, make it 10-3 Arizona. Cobb trying to put more points on the board before the half, but this would be picked off by Marcus Trufant, the Seahawks' first takeaway of the season. Go to the third quarter here. Hawks moving the ball. Tavares Jackson with plenty of time to throw. Can't find an open receiver, so he's just going to take off. It's an 11-yard run that puts the Hawks on top, 13-10. Cardinals kicker Jay Feely, who had an off game today. He missed his first half field goal and then came up short on this one in the fourth quarter. He would have tied the game with that with about a minute left to play. The Cards were moving back to the scoring range, but Cam Chancellor comes up with a huge interception here. The takeaway steals the deal for the Seahawks, 13-10, Seattle's first win of the season. Husky football brought in 5 new coaches during the offseason. Most of those guys are on the defensive side of the ball, which is an area that needs the most improvement from last season. The Huskies will get their first taste of the new coaching staff when they all take the field together on Monday for their first spring practice. It was almost a clean sweep with the defensive coaching staff, and we caught up with Coach Sark and asked what kind of changes we can expect from the Husky D.
It's an electric night here at Husky Stadium because it's the last home game of the season, well, the regular season that is, but also it's the last home game ever in this stadium before they put the hammer to this place and start a massive renovation project.
LSU knocked off West Virginia last night 47-21. And here's a peek at today's AP poll. LSU at 1, of course. Oklahoma slides to number 2, followed by Alabama and Boise State. Stanford is the top-ranked team in the Pac-12 at number 6, and Oregon at 9. Arizona State back in the mix after knocking off USC last night. Sun Devils in at 25. The Huskies weren't the only ones to see major coaching changes. It's a new era in Pullman as head coach Mike Leach is trying to cultivate a winning tradition at Wazoo. The Cougs have been at it for more than a week. They had a little scrimmage today, and quarterback Jeff Toole taking most of the snaps as starting QB, and it sounds like he likes where things are heading. The Mariners won't reach 100 losses this season, but they're getting very close to the century mark as the season winds down. M's wrapping up a weekend series in Arlington with the Rangers, trying to avoid the sweep. This doesn't help. Adrian Beltre with a second-inning homer off Charlie Furbush, 1-0. But the M's got some long bombs away from Chris Jimenez in the third. Yay! Tie the game 1-1. There we go. This game turned into a home run derby. Ian Kinsler gets into the action with a 2-run shot. Alex Liddy answered with a 2-1 bomb in the fourth as well. They traded bombs all game, but when the smoke cleared, the Rangers had a 12-5 lead.
Well, the Seahawks made a big statement today against the Ravens. This keeps them in playoff contention and gives them a little midseason momentum heading down to St. Louis next week. At CenturyLink Field, John Miller, KOMO 4 Sports. Eastern Washington challenged the Husky secondary all day, but when it mattered the most, Desmond Trufant came through with the interception to seal it for the Huskies, 30-27.
It's the last day of March, and the madness is at its peak. Half of the title game is set, and the other half is working itself out right now. Top-ranked Kentucky knocked off 4th-seeded Louisville this afternoon, 69-61. Seattle's Peyton Siva led the way for the Cardinals with 11 points, but they could not overcome the Wildcats. Kentucky will face either Kansas or Ohio State for the national championship. Third round of the Shell Houston Open final tune-up before the Masters. No Tiger here today. He's saving himself for Augusta. But Phil Mickelson is taking part. He dropped a few birdies, lefty in the mix. He was 6 strokes back, headed into the final round. Here's another look at one of his birdies that he sunk in. Nice tap, looking good. Plop, goes right in. Everyone trying to catch Louis Oosthuizen, winner of the 2010 British Open. Oosthuizen has a 2-stroke lead. That's a look at sports. I'm John Miller. We'll see you next time.